What if Deku was Catnap? Part 2. Where we left off, the gas was surrounding Pony. It wasn't. It was going around her. As the gas spread into the training camp area, where people were falling asleep and unconscious, as Deku was wandering about. And also, someone wanted me to clarify this. Area was not in the same facility Deku was at. Deku was in an entirely different facility. Just to let y'all know. She was in an entirely different facility. Well, anyway. As he was walking around outside, because he had gone through one of the windows, broken windows of the facility, as he was wandering out, he goes to the mountain, to where he hears a large smash. He's attracted by the sound as he goes up that way, looking around, seeing nothing. But then he sees Muscular holding a... I can't remember his name, unfortunately. What was it? I will... The kid that was with the Wild Wild Pussycats. Coda, I believe. Yeah, it was Coda, I think. It's been a while. As he sees Muscular, he jumps on in his big scary form as he hits Muscular to a wall, dropping the kid. As the kid runs off, Muscular gets out of the wall. Ah, who may you be? As he sees Catnap in his big form, as he rushes to him and grabs Catnap as they fall down the cliff, rolling, each one of them hitting some rocks. Once they land, or on the way down, Catnap grabs him and throws him into a tree as he lands on all four paws. As he starts to release his gas, as Muscular uses his muscles to counteract the gas by covering up several parts of his body in muscles and rushes towards Deku. As they exchange blows, scratch marks were being severely inflicted on Muscular. As the fight's going on, as each one's delivering fatal punches and blows to each other. Catnap, with his durability and with the enhancement quirks I had mentioned in the last part, Muscular didn't stand much of a chance, as he used his tail to send him flying. As Deku's strength is absurd because of the amount of enhancements they've done to him. As he starts rushing, giving blows to Muscular left and right, as he's clawing through his muscle fabric of his quark. Aizawa shows up as Catnap gives the final blow, unfortunately not killing Muscular, but making him going unconscious. As Aizawa showed up and sees Catnap and Muscular. Deku regains a small bit of control as he recognized the scar from somewhere. As he runs away. As Aizawa says, "Who was that? What was that thing?" He's not entirely sure what was it. So I do hope you Well, I guess I must take you in. As he goes to grab Muscular, Catnap still roaming around. As pretty much everything is going as canon, Bakugo will be captured. But Catnap is still roaming around. As he walks up, as he knows Pony going back to the camp. As she turns around and looks Catnap in the eyes, as he's still in his big form, watching. As both of them look at each other. As she noticed that the red gas was coming out of his mouth. As they just look at each other for a minute, as Pony gets a sense of familiarity, like they had met somewhere before. As then, for a split moment, his eyes change color as he walks away. Pony, very confused of what just happened, decides to go back to the camp. As they go back, and as Deku is making his way back to the facility, he falls over because the effects of the fight with Muscular did take a toll on Deku's body. So he managed to get into the facility. As he's wandering around the facility, he's looking for something. As he goes to the lab, as he changes forms into his smaller form in the picture, as he holds his head, who was that person? As Deku still doesn't really have full control of himself, as the persona of Catnap, his monster form of all the injections, torture, all that, still loomer in his mind, causing him to forget pretty much everything that happened to him before being captured. Who was that person? She seemed familiar. As another voice is heard, that doesn't matter. What does matter is that we hunt. We grit the items we are asked to get, to gather the supplies. Why? You think it was just so simple? The only reason we got out was the help of the prototype. Yes, I know. The prototype is who we serve. Remember that. We are one. Don't forget that, Izuku Midoriya. It's really hard to forget when you're always in my head. Yes, that is right. We must gather the materials. Then why were we out there? Simple. I wanted to have some fun. And I know something was going on, so I thought I would go and check it out. Now, let's go back to bringing the materials that we've been asked for to the prototype. Fine. Now hand over back control. As Izuku gives back control to Catnap, as he changes it to his form, much better. This works perfectly. As he walks off, as we go about a few hours, and we go to a hero meeting and all that. Actually, no, we go to the bus all the way back to UA. As Class 1B is talking, and I can't remember pretty much anyone from Class 1B, I'll do my research and maybe I'll have them in the next part. As Kendo, I believe the only one I remember, ask her what happened to Pony, as she wasn't seen pretty much at all. I was in the forest when I saw this red gas come, but for some reason it went around me. How odd. The gas knocked like a lot of people out. It must have been from the villain quirk. That villain with the gas quirk. No, it came from something else. What do you mean? There was something else there. A big cat, I think. I locked eyes with it and I noticed red gas was coming out of its mouth. It decided to leave me alone, though. No idea why. I would consider yourself lucky, then. Could have been a villain. I know, but I can't help but the sense of familiarity with it. Like I had known it. Maybe it reminded you of someone? Perhaps, you're probably right. As we go, about an hour later when they get to UA, we'll have Aizawa meeting with the other heroes and villains. Or not, why did I say heroes and villains? I meant heroes. As he's talking and is in the meeting now, I ran into some creature along with this villain attack. A creature, you say? Yes. It could have been Nomu, Endeavor says. as they've been using Nomus to fight us heroes for quite a while. I know, but it was like a cat. They got plenty of quirks. They could have made one that resembles a cat. But all Nomus usually have a similarity. Usually. Doesn't mean they do. As we don't even know what type of Nomus they can create. That is true. But it kind of looked like a purple cat. Long and big. As Nezu speaks up, do you mean this? As he pulls out a picture from his desk. As a picture of Deku and his, or Catnap. Yes, exactly like that. This thing has been spotted on a security camera entering a few facilities, stealing items. But if anyone gets close to it, they immediately pass out due to the red gas it produces, making it perfect to infiltrate places without being detected, as it makes everyone else go to sleep. It could be related to the LOV, as it's been stealing supplies and stuff from several sites. Some being science equipment, some being random gears, machines. It could be their gatherer Nomu, where they use it to gather supplies. That's what they're thinking. In reality, he's not stealing it for the LOV. We know he's stealing it for the prototype. As I've not introduced the prototype yet, but he's coming soon. You may be right, but something's off. The way it was looking at me, it seems like it had intelligence, because it backed off as soon as I arrived. And if it was a Nomu, it would have the orders to attack, as it was supposed to. Let's not focus on that right now. Let's focus on getting Katsuki Bakugo back. As they focus on that, as we go to Catnap, who's brought back several supplies from another raid, as he's walking down a hall. As he gets to a room with, if I remember, there's like a statue thing he bows to or something like that. Can't remember. Haven't played. Probably Playtime Chapter 3. It is on my list though, as well as probably Playtime Chapter 2. Well, anyway, back on topic. As he's in his position, as he's placed the items above. Prototype, I've brought what you've asked. I'm here. I've brought the items you've requested. As we hear a voice. Good work. I'll be taking this to finish a very important project. You've done well, Catnap. Of course, sir. I have not let you down yet. Which is absolutely why you are a splendid person to have as a subordinate. It's my honor, sir. Good. I do want you to prepare, though. Prepare? Yes. Prepare. We'll be watching the heroes fight the villains. What do you mean? I want you to retrieve something, as there is a fight going down between the heroes and villains come tonight or tomorrow night. And what do you want me to retrieve, sir? This, as he pulls up a plan for a device. And the device seems to spread, to where he could spread his gas throughout the entire city, making everyone fall asleep. So you want me to put everyone into a sleep? Yes. It may not be an eternal sleep, or at least not yet. But they will learn you don't mess with me, as the prototype hates, really, humanity for what it has done. Catnap, he sees Catnap as like him, as they are experiments, disposable tools of humanity, as he wants revenge on the world. And Catnap agrees. Deku has hesitation to this, as he doesn't agree to their plan. But he follows it because he remembers a lot of the stuff that they've done to him. So he's in a standstill of which side to choose of the plan. I'll gather the items. Good. Now, don't disappoint me, Catnap. Don't worry, sir. When have I disappointed? That is true. I hope you've enjoyed part 2 of What If Deku Was Catnap. Make sure to like and subscribe.